This episode is an ESL listening practice for intermediate learners. You will hear a natural conversation with clear pronunciation and everyday English. No tests, no pressure, just listening. Let's start.
Hello and welcome to ESL Listening Practice. Today we are tackling, a massive topic for anyone learning English.
Yeah, massive is definitely the right word. We're not just talking about grammar rules today, are we?
No, not at all. This is about how you survive. How you actually manage the preparation for those big life-changing exams.
Right.
We're picturing you right now probably sitting with a pile of textbooks. You've got IELTS on your mind, or TOEFL, or maybe one of the Cambridge exams like the C1 Advanced.
And these exams, they're huge. They can be the key to getting into a university or getting a visa or a new job. So the pressure is it's incredibly high.
It is. And when the pressure is high, the stress is too. I see it all the time. Students they panic.
They do. They think, okay, I have to learn everything now. So it's 5 cups of coffee and studying until 2 in the morning.
And they just try to force all the information into their brains.
Which is, just about the worst possible strategy you could have. It leads straight to what we call burnout. It's that feeling where your brain it kind of refuses to work anymore.
Yeah.
You're exhausted, you feel frustrated, and you can even start forgetting things you thought you already knew.
It's a horrible feeling. So our goal today is to fix that. We want to show you how to prepare for these exams without, completely destroying your health in the process.
It's all about studying smart, not just hard.
And that's a phrase people throw around a lot, study smart. But what does it actually mean in practice?
Well, that's what we're going to break down. We're going to look at some really practical steps, starting with how to build a realistic plan.
Okay, the plan. This feels like the most obvious place to start, but it's also where I think a lot of people go wrong.
They really do. The problem is most students make a fantasy plan. They'll say something like, my exam is in 2 months, so I'll study for 4 hours every single night after work.
Guilty. I have absolutely done that. And it lasts for, maybe 3 days?
If you're lucky.
Yeah, by Thursday, I'm just so tired that I give up, watch Netflix, and then feel guilty about it.
Exactly. It's just not sustainable. A good plan has to fit into your actual real life.
Yeah.
And the number one rule here is don't try to do everything at once.
You mean don't try to practice reading, writing, speaking, and listening all in one night?
Please don't. Your brain just gets confused. It's too much cognitive load.
Cognitive load. So too much for the brain to carry at one time.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You need to lighten that load. And the best way is a weekly schedule where each day has its own theme.
I love this idea. It takes away the stress of deciding what to study. You just look at the calendar. So walk me through it. What does a perfect week look like? Let's say it's Monday.
Monday is reading day. That's it.
Just reading.
Just reading. You don't worry about your speaking skills. You don't think about your essay structure. You just focus on reading texts.
And this isn't casual reading, right? It's active practice.
Correct. You might, for example, practice skimming a text just to get the main idea quickly. Then you might practice scanning another one to find specific details like names or dates.
A key skill for IELTS, definitely. Okay, so Monday is reading. What about Tuesday?
Tuesday's for listening. This is a great day to put your headphones on, do some practice tests where you listen to a lecture or a conversation, and answer questions. Training your ear.
Listening days feel a bit less intense sometimes. More passive, maybe. Even though you're still concentrating.
They can be, which is why Wednesday is a good day for vocabulary.
Okay.
A bit lighter.
Exactly. We put it in the middle of the week. You're not doing a full stressful exam task. You're just reviewing words you learned on Monday and Tuesday, maybe using flashcards or writing some new sentences.
I like that. It's a bit of a bridge. So what's Thursday?
Thursday's the heavy one. Thursday is writing.
Everyone's least favorite.
Ah, yes. Most students dread it. But that's why you give it a whole day. You sit down, set a timer for, say, 40 minutes, and you just write an essay. Practice your structure, your arguments.
Get it done. And then Friday. The weekend is almost here. Friday is for speaking. It's a great way to end the week. It's active. It's social. You can record yourself answering questions, or better yet, find a speaking partner.
That sounds so organized. My question, though, is about time. When you say Monday is reading day, does that mean I have to read for 3 or 4 hours?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
This is the smart part. The research on our attention spans is very clear. Most adults can only maintain really high-level focus for about 45 minutes.
Only 45 minutes. That feels really short.
It does feel short, but it's an incredibly powerful 45 minutes. Think about it. If you study for 4 hours, that first hour is probably great. The second is okay. But by hours 3 and 4,
You're just staring at the book.
you're staring at the page. You're not really learning anything. It's the law of diminishing returns. More time, less result.
So you're saying a focused 45-minute session is better than 3 hours of unfocused, tired studying.
So much better. Finding 45 minutes a day is manageable for most people. Finding 3 hours is almost impossible if you have a job or a family. Consistency is what matters.
Okay, so a clear, manageable schedule. I get it.
Yeah.
But that brings up the next problem, which is, what do we actually study in that time? Because I have a very bad habit.
Go on.
I tend to practice the things I'm already good at. If my reading is strong, I'll do a million reading tests because, I get good scores and it feels good.
Yes. The comfort trap.
Yeah.
You are definitely not alone there. We all naturally want to do things that make us feel successful. So if you're bad at writing, you avoid it because it's frustrating.
But for the exam, that's just a recipe for disaster.
A total disaster, yeah. The exam doesn't care about your strengths. It tests everything. So
Yeah.
you have to do the uncomfortable thing. You have to face your weaknesses.
So how do we do that without feeling completely discouraged?
You have to become a detective about your mistakes. So you take a practice test. You don't just look at the score and get upset. You look at the specific questions you got wrong.
Analyze the error.
Yes. Why did you get it wrong? Was it a word you didn't know? Did you not understand the grammar? Did you just run out of time? The mistake is a map. It shows you exactly what you need to fix.
So my Wednesday vocabulary day might need to become a Wednesday grammar day for a few weeks if that's why I'm losing points.
Precisely. You adapt the plan to attack your weaknesses. But, and this is a big but, you don't want to make studying feel like torture.
Because then you'll just stop doing it.
You'll quit. So you have to mix things up. Variety is key. If you're bored of your textbook, put it away for a day.
And do what instead?
Use English in a way that feels real and enjoyable. For your listening practice, go on YouTube and watch a video about something you actually like.
So if I like cooking, I can watch a cooking show. Does that really count?
Of course it counts. You're hearing natural English with real accents at a normal speed. It's often much better than the slow, perfect audio in a textbook.
And podcasts, obviously.
Podcasts are fantastic for this. You can listen while you're doing other things like chores or commuting. It's great passive learning that keeps your brain tuned in.
Okay, so confront the hard stuff, but keep the methods interesting so you don't lose motivation.
You got it. And speaking of motivation and energy, we have to talk about the physical side of studying.
Right. The physiology. We forget the brain is a physical part of our body. It needs energy. It needs rest, just like our muscles.
That's a perfect way to put it. You'd never run a marathon without stopping for water. But we expect our brains to study for hours and hours with no breaks.
And when you don't take breaks, the learning just stops. I've heard that the brain actually organizes information during the break.
That's absolutely true. While you're focused, you're gathering information. When you rest, your brain sorts it and moves it into your long-term memory. If you never rest, you never store it.
So skipping breaks is actually a complete waste of time. You're doing all the work, but not hitting the save button.
Exactly. You're typing a long document and then just closing it without saving. So you need a system for breaks. I'm a huge fan of the 50-10 rule.
A 50-10 rule. How does that work?
Super simple. You set a timer for 50 minutes. For those 50 minutes, it's pure, deep focus. No phone, no email, just the task.
Okay.
The alarm goes off and you take a 10-minute break. But, and this is the most important part, it has to be a real break.
I think I know where this is going. Because my break usually means I pick up my phone and scroll through social media.
And that is absolutely not a real break.
Well, why? I'm not studying. I'm looking at funny videos.
But your brain is still working like crazy. It's processing images, reading text, reacting to things.
Yeah.
Your eyes are still staring at a screen. You're not resting. You're just switching from one intense task to another.
That makes a lot of sense. So I'm just shifting gears, not actually parking the car. What should I be doing instead?
Disconnect. Stand up. Walk away from your desk. Look out the window. Stretch. Get a glass of water. Anything that lets your brain be a little bit bored for 10 minutes.
Let the dust settle.
Yes. When you come back after a real break, your focus is sharp again. If you come back after 10 minutes on TikTok, your mind is still foggy.
That is a habit I definitely need to change.
It's a game changer. And it ties into our final point, which is about your mindset.
Mindset. This is a big one. I think so many students defeat themselves mentally before they even start the exam.
That negative self-talk is so damaging. If you walk in thinking, my English is terrible, I'm going to fail, you're creating stress. And stress literally shuts down the language centers of your brain.
You can't find the words you know are in there.
You can't. So how do we build that confidence? First, you have to stop aiming for perfection. The goal is progress.
Right. You don't have to sound like a news presenter to pass the exam.
Not at all. You just need to communicate your ideas clearly. And you should celebrate the small wins. If you understand 80% of a conversation, that's amazing. Don't worry about the 20% you missed.
And what else builds confidence?
Using the right resources. There is so much bad material out there online. And if you use bad materials, it creates anxiety because you're not sure if you're learning the right things.
So what should we stick to?
The official materials. If you're taking IELTS, use the official Cambridge books. If it's TOEFL, use the official ETS guides.
Why is that so important?
Because they show you exactly what the test will look and feel like. The layout, the type of questions, even the font. When you walk into the real exam, there are no surprises.
And if you're not surprised, you're not as scared.
Exactly. Familiarity creates confidence. The test just feels like one more practice session.
This has been so helpful. I feel calmer just talking through this structured approach.
That's the whole idea, to put you back in control.
Okay, so let's do a quick recap of the main points for everyone listening.
Sure. So number 1, make a realistic weekly plan. 1 skill per day. And keep your study sessions short and focused, maybe 30 to 60 minutes.
Number 2, face your weaknesses. Don't hide from them. But keep your learning interesting by using different things, like videos and podcasts, not just textbooks.
Number 3, take real breaks. Remember the 50-10 rule. 50 minutes of focus, then 10 minutes completely away from any screens.
And finally, number 4, manage your mindset. Focus on progress, not perfection, and use official exam materials to build confidence.
If you do all that, you're not just hoping to pass. You're building a system for success.
And you can walk into that exam feeling prepared and calm.
You'll be the calmest one there.
Now, before we go, we always like to leave you with a small challenge.
Yes, but we talked about that comfort trap. So I want you to think about your study plan for tomorrow and be really honest with yourself. What's the one skill you always avoid?
The one you dread doing.
That's the one. Is it writing? Is it a specific part of grammar? Whatever it is, make a promise to yourself that tomorrow you will do that thing first.
Just for 30 minutes.
Just for 30 minutes. Get the hardest thing out of the way. You'll feel fantastic for the rest of the day.
I love that challenge. Thank you so much for all this fantastic advice.
My pleasure. To everyone out there studying, good luck. You can do this.
Thanks for listening to ESL Listening Practice. We'll see you next time.